You cooking with your girl G, and today I'm gonna be making chicken Alfredo. So I have a few ingredients that I want to show you guys. I have my chicken breast, which is already cut up, and my shrimp, if you can see. And I got 2 little chicken breasts just to show you. They might not come out perfect, but I'm gonna cut those up in a minute. I have my Velveeta cheese. I have Kraft. I have mozzarella, triple cheddar, and 3 cheese, 6 jars of Alfredo sauce, garlic bread.
Why is everything inside out?
They don't need the name brand anyways. They don't need to know the main brand. They got to see what they need to see. So
It might not be everything.
no, they don't need to know the name brand. They know cheese, Alfredo sauce, pasta, butter. You got your shrimp. You got your chicken already pre-cut up. You know what I'm saying? So let's speed this process along. We got our chicken breast right here, and I'm just gonna chop it up as so. I already pre-rinsed it off and cleaned it. It's really not much cleaning you gotta do the chicken breast, but you know, I just wanted to at least leave 2 chicken breasts to show you guys how to cut them up. You know, they're not gonna be like picture perfect, or you know, chicken breast is a little to deal with, you know. Chopping that up as so, just big chunks. Nobody don't want no little bitty pieces of meat. You know, you want some meaty Alfredo that you can taste. I'm sorry, you guys, I forgot the broccoli, but you know, it's gonna be just as good without it. Also, once I finish chopping up this chicken breast, I'm gonna show you guys the seasonings that I'm going to be using. Now, my seasonings really just about don't change. They're all just about the same, you know. I use the same thing. Garlic powder, onion powder, black pepper, parsley. Sometimes I change and use a few different things here and there, but for the most part, it's the same regimen. Garlic powder, onion powder, black pepper, and Lori seasoning salt. I can't stand no bland food. So, we got our chicken. Oops. We got our chicken already chopped up. We have our shrimp already deveined and cleaned. And we're just going to pour the water off of them. Okay, now I have my seasonings. Black pepper, onion powder. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. I use this Monterey chicken. I really like this seasoning, you know. I like to experiment with different seasonings, see, you know, what flavors make what. Lori's, garlic powder, and parsley. Now, I'm going to take you guys over to the stove over here, where I'm going to turn my fire on both eyes. One eye is going to be for the shrimp, the other is going to be for the chicken. I might put the chicken in this pot because this pot is better for not burning. And shrimp don't burn easily, so I'm really not worried about the shrimp. I'm really worried about the chicken. If you guys don't have anything to measure your butter with, it's always something to measure it on the side. And I'm just going to put 2 tablespoons of butter in each pan. So, it's in. My butter a little melted, y'all. It took me a long time to get ready for this video. But you know, I don't like coming on camera any type of way. I want my fans to, you know, be like, oh, she you know, I ain't trying to get nobody to be like, oh, she look good. But, you know, I want them to be like, dang, she just come on YouTube any type of way. That ain't even me. That ain't how we do on GTV. GTV. Hey! I'm just excited, y'all. My first cooking tutorial, you know. So you let that butter get hot. Let that sizzle a little bit, you know. You let that sizzle real good in both skillets. I don't like to use grease for my chicken. I like to use butter. And I'm gonna get a pot of water on while that butter is heating up. I'm gonna fill me a pot of water up for my pasta so that my noodles can be boiling. And now that the grease has melted really good in there and you know it's saucy, I'm just gonna, ooh, that's water in there. I don't want the water. I'm just gonna start dropping a few shrimps in there. Basically, I'm gonna put all of them in. Nah, I'm gonna put a few in at a time, just a little skillet. And I want it to all be cooked good. I want it to be cooked good. You know, if you guys got different things that you guys add to your Alfredo or different ways that you cook your Alfredo, that's the seasoning salt that I'm going to add. Then you guys can leave a comment down below in the description or a like. Hit that like button. Give me a thumbs up for my first cooking video, you guys. I'm nervous, but I'm doing it for you. And you know, you put a lot of time and a lot of effort into these videos because you want you guys to have good content and want it to be presentable content so that you guys would enjoy it. And I hope this recipe helps somebody out there, somebody that's looking for a good Alfredo cook up, you know. Alfredo is what you make of it. Everybody likes it different. Everybody eats it different ways. I'm adding my chicken to the butter pan now. And I'm just gonna stir that up a little bit. Now I know I didn't add any seasoning. They're like, oh shoot, this girl tripping. Cause I be watching YouTube videos with cooking tutorials and I be like, where the seasoning at? What y'all doing? How you gonna put the chicken in the pan without the seasoning on the chicken? But you know, I think I see why YouTubers do that when they're making their cooking tutorials. Easier to season your food inside the pan than to try to pre-season it in a bowl and then be putting it in the pan and trying to get the seasoning off your fingers, because it's just everywhere. It's just a mess. This is easier, much quicker, way faster, simpler process, you know. I know y'all probably looking like this girl adding a lot of seasoning, but you know, you be thinking that this chicken is seasoned good, and then when you get to tasting it and it's tasting like rubber meat, you gonna know something. It just needs a little more, just a little more salt. And a little bit more of this Monterey cheddar seasoning. Monterey chicken, excuse me. So now, the shrimp and got a little burnt. Not a little burnt. I like mine with a little brown. You know, y'all might not like y'all shrimp. I feel like if it ain't stuck to the pot, it ain't done. That's just me personally. You know, they don't be burnt as you see. I'm easily popping them up. They're not burnt on the other side. But I feel like it just needs that little bit of, you know, for it to be done to me. Because I feel like, you know, shrimp is kind of like fish. If you cook it too light, it could be raw and you don't even know you're eating it and it tastes dumb. Because, you know, like people eat raw fish, sushi. So, I mean, people eat shrimp. People eat shrimp raw as well. I'm not one of those people. I have to absolutely, positively have my shrimp cooked. at all times. So I'm gonna take these out, drop them on the plate. Got my bread over here, you guys. See, it's getting steamy from the chicken steam. And I'm just using these tonsils because it's easier to stir with, you know. I'm just really just sauteing everything up because I'm gonna put everything in the oven for a nice melty cheesy simmer. And see, what I'm gonna do is, I know you're thinking, the pot's burnt. Watch what I show you. I'm gonna add a little bit of water, sizzle, let that cook, and then I'm gonna add, I don't know if you guys can see, I'm going to add another half a tablespoon of butter to that water. Turn my fire off. I didn't want those first batch of shrimp to burn. And then I'm going to put the second batch of shrimp in that buttery water gravy I just made. It's basically like gravy. It's like kind of like a roux. And what it's going to do is that previous seasoning that was on the last shrimp is going to be on this one to where I don't have to season it as much. I'm going to add a little dab of everything over again, but I don't have to add as much. This is what I was trying to show you guys, that once that butter and that water melts, what you thought was burnt to the bottom of the pot turns into like a brown loose gravy, like a shrimp gravy. And when this batch of shrimp cook down, I'm gonna have a little bit of gravy at the bottom to put over the rest of these shrimp to add into the big pan of Alfredo. See that roux? I don't know if you can zoom in right there, but as you see, it's just easily wiping off of the pot. Excuse me, guys. It's easily. Everywhere where it looked like it was burnt to a crisp, you know, just rock solid. It's just easily breaking loose like little pieces of flour in a gravy. And you can also see it on the shrimp. So that's going to add more flavor. That's why I didn't have to add much seasoning to this, because once that gravy cooked down, it's going to season it in itself. Now we can check on our chicken, which is, it still needs to cook a little bit longer, but as you can see, it's starting to color, starting to get a little bit of color, and it's seasoned really good, you know. The parsley just makes it look good. Just ready to eat, you guys. And you see what I was talking about? How it just seasoned it? It seasoned that second batch. You don't have to do no lot of seasoning, you guys, for the second batch if you got a small skillet. So you guys, I'm back and I have finished my chicken and my shrimp, and I put it in a pan with a little bit of garlic butter, and I've seasoned my noodles with a little bit of seasoning salt. Now I'm going to pour them into the pan. And I'm going to season this with a little black pepper. Not a lot, just some for color. Now I'm going to add my sauces in, which are some Alfredo sauces that I got. You guys can use any kind that you like. I'm trying a new brand. Some people like Ragu, some people like Prego. You know, it's just all about what you like to use in your Alfredo. What type of sauces. It's basically just the same ingredient. And you know, I put my jars to the side because I like to add a little water to it and mix them all together to make a whole nother big jar. I don't know who else does that. I got that from my mom. I'm pretty sure there's plenty of other people that do that. It's anybody that use these jars for drinking and storing the food, keep the jars. I know it's some ghetto people that watch videos. Shoot, I know we used to keep them and make Kool-Aid. Wash the label off. You go over your grandma's house and she got a whole bunch of jelly jars and Miracle Whip jars to drink out of. Now, I've mixed all of my jars, which has made another jar Alfredo, and I'm just gonna pour that in there as well. Now, it's time for my cheeses. I'm gonna mix this in throughout the noodles. And I'm going to cover the top layer with the mozzarella and the shredded Vermont white cheddar, sharp cheddar, and mild cheddar cheese. This is what's gonna cover the top of it, and this is gonna be throughout the noodles with the Alfredo sauce to give it a thick, creamy taste. And a lot of people use half and half, but I'm gonna use vitamin D. I like regular milk. The half and half, I tried it. It's just too thick and creamy, and you gotta do too much to get it to a consistency that I like. It's just not me. Maybe with another dish, but not for Alfredo. So I'm just gonna pour this over the top. Try to spread it out a little bit so it won't be so messy and hard to stir. Sorry. Now that everything is in there, I'm about to try to mix this up a little bit before I pour the milk in there, because I don't want it to be too hard for me to stir. I'm gonna try to mix it up a little bit. And that's why I got the biggest pan I could find, because usually when I make this, I either done made too many noodles and not enough meat, or too much meat and not enough noodles. I think there's not enough noodles though. I think I might have to add another bag of noodles. That's why I bought 3, just in case. I think I might add that other bag of noodles because it's a lot of meat. And I hate for meat to overcrowd the pasta. I hate it. But comment down below if you guys have that same problem. If some people like their stuff extra meaty, but I would rather some, just a few pieces of meat and more noodles. So now I'm gonna add my meat. I'm gonna add my milk. Excuse me. And I'm not measuring anything. I'm just pouring. But I can just about eyeball it. I don't want it watery. For sure I don't. But you don't want it like too thick to where it's like macaroni. It's gonna be all stuck together. You can't even spoon out the cheese because the cheese all just matted down. You know what I mean? You want it to have a little juice. Be a little juicy. Spreading it out evenly, because when I put my cheese on it over the top, I want it to have an even coat. I'm a big fanatic. I don't believe in wasting food. You can ask anybody that know me. I'd be like, girl, you about to waste food? Shoot, there's kids in Africa that wish they had that plate of food. It's people in Nigeria and all over the planet, shoot, wish they had that food. And you wasting it. You're already getting the food for free. And then you're gonna waste it. You should be grateful. It's countries that wish they could get food stamps. Okay, y'all, I'm back. This is close to the finished product. Almost the finished product, okay? So, I got everything covered, no ball spots. Now I'm gonna cover it. I'm going to cover it up with aluminum foil, and I'm gonna put it in the oven. And when I take it out, I'm gonna uncover it for a minute. I'm gonna let it cook for a minute with the lid on, and then I'm gonna let it cook for a minute with the lid on. Okay, so we back, and I hooked this up really quick. I got some regular butter, And then I got some garlic butter. Now, the regular butter I'm going to use to rub on the pan so that the bread doesn't burn at the bottom of the pan. And the garlic butter, which is my favorite, it's made with real Parmesan cheese and basil. You can get that at Sam's Club. It's called Chef Chamois Gourmet Parmesan cheese and basil garlic bread, all natural. I love it. It's really good. So I'm gonna grease my pan. And once again, y'all, you know, I don't think anyone would be trying to measure. I mean, I don't know. If you want to measure it, go ahead. But, you know, I just rub it across the bottom. Oh, Jesus. That's too much. I ain't trying to kill y'all. I'm just going to scoop that up. That's too much. In one spot, rather. It ain't too much, but it's too much in one spot. So, I'm going to show you guys the inside of this garlic butter real quick. It's really thick, but it's a smooth, like, creamy texture, as you can see. It's not like the margarine that I use, the Imperial, in the bottom of the pan. This is a different type of butter. And you see how it rubs on there? Like a crusty, cracky, because it's cheese, really. It's really cheese. So, it's made out of Parmesan cheese. So, you know, I'm just going to put that across the top. Like so. Place it in the pan. And so on. With all of them until my pan is full. Okay. So, my bread done. It's all buttered. My pan is buttered. I'm about to put this in the oven. We'll be back. So, my Alfredo has been sitting in the oven for about 15-20 minutes. I'm going to take the aluminum foil off now, and now I'm going to let it cook without the foil. Okay, you guys, now we're back with the official finished project. Since the first one wasn't the finished project, this is the official finished project, you guys. And this was cooking chicken and shrimp Alfredo with some garlic bread with your girl London, aka Jeanna. I made this. I'm gonna make my husband plate. You know, I want y'all to see me scoop the first scoop of this up out of here, because it just looks so delightful. You guys should see how this cheese lifts up out of the macaroni. I mean, it's just phenomenal. Phenomenal. Look at that seasoning on the garlic bread from. Look at that cheese, the shrimp in there, the little bit of brown on the edges. Just And look at the seasoning on the garlic bread from that garlic butter. The garlic butter gave the garlic bread so much flavor and seasoning. Okay, so I'm gonna grab one of these garlic breads and I'm gonna set that on the plate like so. I'm gonna get the corner, because the corner is the best. And you see that? Oh, look at that cheese pull apart. Wow, that really looks good. Look at that pothole. And this is shrimp Alfredo. You want another garlic bread? Okay. 2 garlic breads for my honey bunches. Oh my God, the cheese is it's attacking. It's attacking the plate. Alright, y'all. I'm tired. This the finished project, y'all. This was Cooking with G on GTV. See y'all later.